afternoon. It's been a while, but we back at it. This is The Real Word, episode 2. So I'm here with two legends. I'm here with my co-host, your boy Pastor Santa Cameau. I'm also here with a special guest. Introduce yourself.
Gasmyr, Valcin. How you guys doing?
And I thank you guys, and I apologize for the hiatus because we were gone for a little bit, but we back. And I just thank you all for all the love and support that you gave us in 2017. I thank you guys for all the things that you helped us with. I thank you guys for supporting all the initiatives and supporting everything that we did. It was an awesome year, 2017. We did so much. We did the turkey drive, the diaper drive, the toy drive, the clothing drive. And it's such an amazing experience. And none of it wouldn't be possible without you guys. As you see, we're in a new room. You see the colors, you see the pictures, you see the maps. And that's through hard work, determination, perseverance, and by the grace of God. Because we've been through a lot. We went through a lot of different studio changes. We went through a lot of different landlords. But we finally have our own studio. This is the Real Word Studios. As you see, everything is designed especially for the Real Word. Shout out to the lady in Park Slope for the light. Shout out to eBay because that's where I got the pictures from. Amen. Shout out to Abraham because he hooked me up with the connection for the sign. Shout out to Jean-Noel for the furniture. Shout out to Jerome for helping me set up the sound. And shout out to Jeff from Jeff Studios because you helped give me the motivation to have my own studio. You know what you did, so I'm going to leave it at that. So I think everybody and everyone that helped us to get to this level of success. Because to get to this level is not easy and you can't do it on your own. So all the people that helped contribute, all the people that helped, all the people that helped us to reach this point, to help us reach this level, I thank you all.
Well, first of all, so I want to wish you guys a happy new year. Hope that the Lord is blessing each and every one of you guys. We want to let you know that anyone can come to the show. Just holler at myself or Rickard. We have a lot of upcoming projects coming up. We're going to let you know after this. And we want to just ask Gasmyr, tell the people about yourself and everything like that.
Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Gasmyr Valcin, and I'm just a friend. I'm a husband. I'm a father. And that's it. I'm just a friend, you know, praise God. And I'm excited to be here with two legends, man. Listen, I'm proud of you guys.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
You guys are consistent people. And those who really know me, that's one of my favorite words that I'm trying to live up to. Excuse me, all the time. And that is to be consistent. And listen, I wasn't there with your journey per se, but I've seen you guys, and I liked it. And I like the humility and the integrity that you possess when you said, so and so, you know what you did to amplify the growth. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited for what you guys are going to do.
But you forgot to mention to the people that you're a pastor as well, too. But I have to ask, and also the chaplain for the Federation, but I wanted to ask, what made you say friend first? That stuck out to me.
Because I think there's an anorexic experience today where there's no friendship. For me, I think sometimes the greatest thing is somebody's title can actually kill them. It's not about a title. I can go a little Bible for a quick second. God said, you know, I will make your name great, Abraham, not your title. And sometimes a lot of people want to do with their titles what they can't do with their very own name. And so I'm just a friend. I'm learning to be a friend. I'm learning to just be a friend. I think that's like the new, that it should always be the thing, to be a friend. So as Sandra said, I am a minister. I'm very, very humbled by that. I currently serve as the Bible worker, elder, and youth pastor for the historic Hebron Church. Shout out to Hebron, Seventh Adventist Church in Brooklyn, New York. Also, I serve with this great man here, great leader, we're chaplains of the Northeastern Conference Franco-Asian Youth Federation for Northeastern Conference of Seventh Adventist. And so we're excited to work together and what God's going to do under the leadership of Daniel, Edmund, Jessica Senatus, Jonathan Crowder.
Shout out.
And Shanisa, don't fret. And so we thank you. And the whole executive staff, we thank you. And I've learned a lot from this young man, and I've known you since the breast milk from back in the day at church. We've caused a lot of mishaps and mischief. And God has given us a 180.
It was almost perfect.
And I praise God for you. And I've learned to know who you are for the past 2 or 3 years. And so, yeah, I'm so excited. So, yeah.
Definitely. So I wanted to ask you this: the initiative coming up that you guys are going to be doing with adopting a church in Haiti. What is that about? How did that come to play and everything like that?
I mean, you just answered the question. It's exactly what it is. Adopting a church in Haiti, not just a church, but the surrounding community, helping those who are in need. Exactly what you guys do consistently on an international basis. Jonathan Kwaku, one of my good friends and brothers, and I'm very careful when I say brother. You know, I always say either Doc or you're a bro.
Oh, wow.
So publicly, I'm like, hey, Doc, how you doing? Hey, Doc, right? It's either Doc or bro.
Wow.
The distinction there is Doc is, I respect you, I care about you, I have no problems with you, but the question is, can I trust you, can I depend on you, versus the bro, obviously. So Jonathan's one of my close brothers as well, and he's the point person on that, yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Custom Ink for the logo T-shirts. If any
or Brooklyn.
that I don't even know. But if we're gonna get the site up running, but if you do want to buy any merch and support the show, support the program, support the ministry, just hit us up, or you could email us at therealword@gmail.com, or you could drop a message in our Facebook account, either mine or Sanders, and we could send you a shirt, and you could support this ministry, and you could help us pay and continue because we're doing the work of the Lord. Shout out.
Am I endorsed?
Yeah, of course, you can get a shirt, bro, anytime.
$1 million a month, I'll be okay. All right.
I basically also want to ask you this as well too. Other than that project, what other things that the Federation is going to be doing and everything like that?
Well, we're still locking down our year,
Okay.
so we cannot divulge too much information, but we have a couple of major projects. I don't like to call programs. Projects that we have in stored for the Federation. Not in Federation. One thing I love about our leadership is that we're not just focusing about our Federation, but we want to work together with other churches and other federations. So we have a lot. Tune in. Basically, tune in. There's a lot coming your way, and so please just tune in and support us. Yeah. I wish and I pray, I'll put this plug in, that we can team up with the Real Word somehow.
No, we want to do that.
Basically, it's a
think that'd be
conflict of
awesome.
interest.
No, it's not. A
good one.
We want to do that. We support anyone in our church, anyone in the conference who is about community service. We may be a self-supportive ministry, however, we want to partner, and I have to stress it. And I think that I've shown that. Rickard has shown that. We have brought guests from the community. I mean, it doesn't matter what community.
From the community and from the conference.
And from the conference. It doesn't matter who they are to come to promote them. I know for a fact that due to how our people can be, people have egos, people have their own agendas, but we have made sure, and we have shown that we want everybody. We want to put. It doesn't matter if you're the man, the highest man on the conference, or the lowest, or not even, I wouldn't even say lowest, regular person, because we're all regular people. We just have gifts.
We're all low.
We're
all low.
We're all low.
With gifts.
With gifts. I think that's the key word.
Low gifts.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, God is the one that gives gifts.
Absolutely.
God is the one that bears gifts.
Absolutely.
And the thing is that if you think about it, at the end of the day, we're nothing. And
Absolutely.
the reason why we're something is because of God.
Amen.
So
Amen.
Go ahead. We have showed that. And Rickard have showed that. I have showed that tremendously. And we thank God for that. So the thing is that we don't mind working with the Federation. We have made that clear. It's just that we just noticed that, you know, in ministry in general, that the harvest is plentiful and the laborers are few.
I believe one of the reasons for that, and you know, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not God, I don't know everything, is that if you have never experienced real need, you wouldn't really serve. Some people have never experienced real need. And when you have a heart-to-heart with someone, what somebody went through, then you question. I'm sure you guys both went through some things before in your life that you know that you really want to support and help somebody else. But yeah, I mean, I'm also about that. I'm fully about that.
Definitely. I wanted to ask you this, my brother. I also wanted to ask you, what is it you want to accomplish by the end of this year?
First and foremost, I want to be locked and loaded and ready for the second coming and final coming of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
That's the number one goal for me.
Yeah.
I know that sounds a little too churchy, but that's just the truth. Like
Okay.
after all the degrees and the money and the businesses. As entrepreneurs, we are and entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
And all that marriage and family. I want to really be not just get ready, but stay ready for Christ. Second, right? Let's come back down to earth. Right?
Yeah.
I want my marriage with my wife to grow.
Wow.
That's my best friend.
How long you been married for?
That's my best friend.
How long you guys been married for so far?
About 500 years. I'm just saying. No, we've been married about a year and about 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
Sorry, a year and 3 months. Sorry.
Okay.
And I gotta get that Rickard, brother. You're married too. I gotta be on it. A year and 3 months.
Okay.
But we've been together for literally, in terms of connectivity, over 10 years.
Okay.
That woman, her name is Diane. That woman, I get a beating when I get home. But my wife, Diane, my best friend, she's my common sense counselor.
Wow.
She calms me. Bro, like, I'm sure you can speak about the same thing about your wife, and we speak prophetically over you.
Yes.
That you receive your wife in due season. Lift your hands.
Amen.
The bishop's talking.
Amen.
That you receive your wife in due season.
Yes.
But all jokes aside, my wife is my common sense counselor. She calms me, whether I'm speaking in front of 500 or 5,000 people. She calms me. I look at her. We'll get a little riff sometimes, but she's that what you call that person at the end of the ring when you're the boxer.
Oh, your sparring partner.
Yes, she's my. That's it, bro. She's my sparring partner.
Wow.
I love that woman. She's been in my life. She's been in my daughter's life since she was 3.
Wow.
Woman of virtue. My wife, she is a woman who is a vault.
Wow.
There's no bank, from Chase Bank, TD Bank, Bank of America, Capital One, or even the Federal Reserve that can hold a secret like my wife.
Wow.
She's a woman of integrity. And I was going to say something illegal. I was going to say I'll shoot for her, but I'll be incriminated. But literally, I will.
Because you got to protect and defend her.
But I love her.
That's right.
I really love her. So, I mean, and my daughter, our daughter, that's my pride and joy. That's my twin. She's 14 going on 35. But yeah, she's a gifted singer. She's one of the most selfless persons. She'll give her last or her first to anyone.
That's great.
And that's a Christ characteristic. But yeah, go ahead.
Wow, that's amazing. I just want to just go to a little bit more controversial mode. I wanted to ask you
Here we go.
For the word.
Yeah.
For the world.
And I know Rickard's going to piggyback after that.
Okay.
It was alleged that Trump made, since Trump been in office, he's been making a lot of comments. And a lot of comments that's been off, disrespectful, misogynist, racist, ignorant. We know that Trump is not stupid, but he's ignorant. And I believe that people can change. People can change. I think we just have to do our part to hold him on that standard to be accountable. And I wanted to ask, but he denies it. How do you feel about his comment about Haitians having AIDS? How do you guys feel about that comment?
He's truly...
and what should we do about that?
He's not informed at all. The only time I've seen 45... I'm sorry, President Donald Trump. 45.
Yeah.
The only time I see the 45th number out of 100, a tad sane, is when he's reading from a teleprompter.
Wow.
That's the only time he's a tad sane. However, he is a sinner.
Yeah.
Fish swim, sinner sin.
Wow.
And so he needs to learn a lot.
Wow.
He needs to be saved.
Yes, he needs to be saved.
But I kind of danced around your question. Here's the pinpoint answer.
Yeah.
He needs to take about a 3-month trip to Haiti. At least 3 months.
I agree.
Instead of going to his golf retreats, resorts, and spend time with the people. He needs a bowl of soup jumu.
Yes.
Then he realized that Haitian...
Shout out to Haitian Independence Day.
Come on, amen.
Yes.
Shout out to all the people that made that soup zumu this morning. For those that don't know, that's pumpkin soup, squash soup. Shout out.
Yes.
Shout out to my mom's last night. She did it. Her and her friends did it for the whole entire church. So
that's
shout
love.
out to her.
Mom is an amazing person. Selfless person.
Yeah, selfless.
Good person. Yep.
But yeah, going back to on target to your question, he's not informed. He needs to spend time with true Haitian people.
That's
He need
true.
to come to the real word, number one. And,
Got some words for him, but in love though.
Yeah, but anybody can say many different things about him. He's this, he's that. But one thing I can say that I technically agree with him about is his stance. I know there's a secret agenda there, but his stance on Jerusalem, Jerusalem's embassy being in I'm saying the U.S. embassy to be in Israel, in Jerusalem, as the capital of Israel, is the fact that when the UN countries went against, I mean, I took you to the UN with me.
Yeah.
When the,
Yes, you did.
when the countries went against him, him and the ambassador to the UN,
Nikki Haley.
yes,
I know my stuff.
how they said that they're going to remove from helping other people. His stance was basically saying, my goal is to take care of America first, and then the rest of the world, if need be.
Yeah.
I mean, for many years, the U.S. has been deemed as we don't mind our own business.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the police of the world, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And there's pros and cons to that. There's major pros because a lot of countries do need our aid, like real talk.
Yeah.
Right? But I like what he said for a quick second when he said that one phrase. He said, listen, my goal is to make America great again.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, about taking care of home first.
Yes.
And others. So yeah, that's the only technical thing.
I mean, one thing
But he's still fresh.
but one thing I do respect about him, even though I respectfully disagree with him in a lot of stance, I respect his integrity. In a sense where when he says he's going to do something, he's going to do something.
Whether
ignorant or not. I respect that. And I feel like what we've learned through him is Trump has forced us as a people to get involved in the process.
Wow.
Trump has forced us as a people to understand that we have to do our part.
Wow.
Individually and collectively. And we've seen it through the election of the senator who won in Alabama. And it's brought that conversation. Who are we as a people? Because the thing is that now, oh my goodness, this is another can of worms. Rape culture, that's another thing too.
Pedophilia culture.
White supremacy. It's really actually has put America in the mirror to show themselves. Because the thing is that the other day I was watching 105.1 and it's on YouTube, and my man Charlemagne put himself as Donkey of the Day, and he said he wants to apologize for encouraging and promoting rape culture. Why you said,
No, that's beast. Like he stood up as a black
as
man.
a black man, and a lot we even ourselves, when we was in church, but we was worldly, we've called girls things that were not right as well too, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Major decisions.
You know what I'm saying?
I believe if you don't learn from those decisions that you've made,
Yeah.
then there's an arrested development.
Yeah, I know nobody touch her hair, girls inappropriately. We thank God for that. But I know that. So you feel me? Just keeping it real.
Okay.
But I know that when I was rapping, I said things. I called girls out of their names and stuff like that. And unfortunately, it's so bad to the point where that when you call girls queens, they look at you like, "What you mean you calling me that?" Because they call each other those words and stuff like that. Okay, but this is something I see about to be on edge real quick.
In regards to Trump and with the AIDS thing, I remember back in the days, they used to always say that Haitians were dirty, Haitians had AIDS, Haitians stink, Haitians were poor.
Yeah.
It was the most unpopular thing to be was Haitian at one point.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it became cool and shout
Wycliffe.
Wycliffe,
He was the president. He was the first 44th president.
He was I could say, ambassador for Haiti for a long, long time. And he made being Haitian cool up until a point where, there's now more Haitian artists or artists false claiming to be Haitian that wear Haitian flags all the time.
Like Fetty Wap. Facts.
You said it, not me. So so in regards to Trump, I think Trump is like that ignorant uncle that should have never found a camera phone.
Facts.
But instead of finding a camera phone, he became president, and that's just a reflection based on, and that's just a reflection of us as a people, because the majority of America selected him. So if that's how he feels, and that's how a lot of people feel, because he's the mouthpiece to a lot of people. Technically, he's the mouthpiece to the United States of America. Shout out to the map so we could see everything that's going on at one time. So if we look at all these 50 states and we looking at it really this is what we chose. Shout to Obama, because Obama,
he dealt with a lot.
He dealt with a lot.
A lot of ignorance.
And he made us as black people look good.
That's right.
And it took him being an upstanding individual.
Yep.
And for us to get this guy right after, for America to mask off.
Yeah.
Mask off.
Facts.
Basically. And in regards to rape culture and everything else, I remember growing up, I remember this like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
When I was in junior high school, I got my first lap dance. And it was in a classroom, and the teacher had a party, and so these girls went and they got a chair, and then they all made a circle around the chair. So like the teacher was sat in the front by his desk, and it was just a crowd. So this girl came, she made me sit in a chair, and then she gave me a lap dance. I didn't know what it was, but all I know is like I got very excited, and then I got real tired afterwards. So I was like,
wow, mercy.
I was like, what just happened? And I remember the teacher came to me, he pinched me, and I looked at him like, did this guy just pinch me? And then he was like, don't do that. And I was like, okay. And I guess that was my first introduction to women.
Where was he from way before even the situation happened?
He just sat in the front by his desk. He used to sit at his desk with his feet up, and we was in the back of the classroom. So like, but then growing up, and then eventually you get cable, and then you see these music videos, and then you see BT Uncut, and then you go to parties, and
things go down.
Yeah.
Things go down.
I feel as men, we should have more respect for women. But I feel women should have more respect for themselves as well.
That's a fact.
Because there are a lot of upstanding, respectful women, but at the same time, there are women that, like they do what they do. Not to place blame on women, but we all have a responsibility for ourselves and for each other. So that's what I'm going to say about that.
That's a fact. And I just also want to add even as well, too. I mean, power is something, bro. When you have power, unfortunately with Matt Lauer and also with, what's this guy name again from PBS, I looked up to him a lot, too. Charlie Rose. A lot of these guys, man, they have power and they just violate. It lets you know that, they thought it was okay, thought it was acceptable. How you feel about the Tavis Smiley situation? I feel like...
I don't know.
Well, basically, it was alleged, but he did admit that he slept with a couple of his co-workers, but he never violated. That's what he came out and he said it. He went to different news sources and said it as well, too. So I respect him from actually speaking in camera in front of the people. Look, I didn't do it. This is what happened and everything like that.
What he say? He didn't do it.
He did. I mean, the thing is that there were claims and allegations that he raped. You know what I'm saying? But he said it was a mutual situation. I just feel like, in all honesty, get married, man. Get married. Don't get caught up. Don't mess with the Beckys, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. I
think honestly, and my wife was here. She would say this. And we've had conversations about this. I think the getting married thing card is not easily.
No, it's not easy. Of course, you can be tempted. You can be tempted as well too, even when you get married.
There's a book I want you to read. Shout out to Dr. Charles Wesley Knight. He has a book called Thirst.
We are thirsty in one way or another.
It's amazing. Shout out, get that book on I think it's WesleyKnight.com or CharlesWesleyKnight.com. And it talks about the exact parallel and the connectivity between spirituality and sexuality. I'm telling you, that whole marriage card, when you say, well, I won't do this if I'm married because I just have license.
That's a fact.
But if you don't have freedom within yourself, if you're not totally transformed by God, day by day, I'm not talking about, I used to make a promise, okay, God, I'm going to live right for a week. And then, by Monday, I'm done. I fell, I've made a mistake. It takes from a internal transformation for things outside to happen like that to be changed. So Travis Smiley, I thank God for his openness, but if he really did do it, he will have to have a proper conversation with those said individuals and work out the situation.
That's right.
Now, if he's a repeat offender, if he's a usual suspect, then that's a problem. But if he makes sure that he kind of recalibrates his life, that's fine, Everybody makes mistakes. That's the thing that I don't get. Right? Like, at 17, I had my daughter, right? Physically. I gave birth to her. I'm just playing. But all jokes aside, I had her at 17, and the amount of foolishness talked to me at church. One thing I love about my mother, she told me, no matter what you've done, remember God will always forgive you. And he will recalibrate you. And so I've always possessed in my mind that nobody can break me, bro. Except for myself. I'm the only one. And I didn't know you then, but you know about the situation that happened around that time.
Well, like I said, I've never.
No one can break.
Like I said, I've never had people come to me and tell me anything. Anyway.
Oh yeah, who cares? But
yeah,
I'm saying,
amen.
Right? Keep God first. Like, my thing is, no one could break me except for me. And so, when God says He's going to transform someone, He's going to do it.
Yeah.
As long as you allow Him to do something.
But I'm gonna tell you, I think the reason why, like I said, no, honestly, like for example, I feel like it says a lot if somebody's talking bad about your friend, and I tell people this all the time, and I know some people don't get it, but people need to understand, like, if somebody gives you a false information about your friend, okay, you gave the information to me. Why is it that you're comfortable telling me that information?
Right.
You didn't defend me. You didn't speak in my behalf. And that's for me. Like, this was just any of my friends, my brother, my cousins, my mom, my father. Like, you should always make people feel uncomfortable to give you a false information about your friend, because you have to stick up for your friend. Because like I said, integrity is when nobody's watching.
That's what I told you.
That's what integrity is.
One of my first job descriptions as a human being is I'm a friend.
Yeah, that's what integrity is. That's what integrity is.
If I hear that he's talking foolishness, I'm going to come and talk to him.
Yeah.
And I'll come talk to him, I'll bring you guys together. That's always been Gasmyr's character.
Yeah,
I've always been like that.
Yeah.
I've always been like that. I love peace. I'm a peacemaker as much as possible.
Fact.
I've caused ruckus before, but you would never know that. But, like, I would say 99% of the time, like, my whole mind shift, especially having a daughter, and accepting that responsibility as I got older, like, I realized, man, like, there's no time wasting anymore. Life is, we used to say, like, life is short. Right now, life is extremely long. Extremely short. It's like it's long. So, it's serious, yeah. So, that's it.
That's what's up.
In regards to us all falling short, I was listening to a video of T. Jakes today, and he said that his spiritual father used to tell him a story about these two swimmers. And he would say that what's the difference between a 40-mile swimmer and a 10-mile swimmer if they're trying to reach a 50-mile location? He said that the 40-mile swimmer is going to look back at the 10-mile swimmer and just laugh and like, haha, you couldn't make it because you didn't train well, you didn't do what you were supposed to do, you didn't work out, this is what happens. But then meanwhile, the 40-yard swimmer is going to fall short of 10 yards. So regardless if you fall short 10 yards or 40 yards, you both going to fall short and you both going to drown unless somebody comes and saves you. And that's all of us. We all fall short to the glory. If we say we are not a sinner, then we make God out to be a liar. Therefore, we all fall short. We all have shortcomings. I might sin different from how you sin, but we all sin. We all born out of sin. So in regards to all of these men that are dealing with these difficulties publicly in front of everybody, there's a lot of people that's dealing with these same difficulties privately, especially even outside of church and inside of church. Same way that there's people that struggle with their sexuality or struggle with their lust and desire outside, there's a lot of people that struggles with that inside. Just that a lot of times within our culture and within our churches, we keep a lot of things secret for the betterment of face value. As in, like, I could say personally, I knew SDA girls that was being molested in their own homes. And they would act like that person was crazy versus to there was a problem with another family member within the house. And this person ended up losing their mind and ended up in a mental hospital. Things like that goes on. There's people that have been raped. There's people that have dealt with a lot of things. There's people that deal with post-traumatic stress, and we say, oh, it's the devil, it's the devil, it's the devil. Yes, it's a negative spirit that is, I guess, that person is dealing with at that time, but at the same time, how much people is reaching out to help them? It's almost like that guy that had all the demons within him, and they called themselves legions, and the guy was cutting himself, and Christ came, and everyone turned their back on this guy. everyone turned their back on this guy, and this guy was living in a tomb, basically, and no one was there to help him, no one was there to pray with him, no one was there to feed him or help him. Christ came, and Christ, like, banished the demons into the pigs, and the pigs flew off the cliff, ran off the cliff. So a lot of us are like that. Like, instead of being like the man who goes to Christ and is saved, a lot of us are like the pigs, about to jump off the cliff.
Listen, everybody has issues. Like, if you don't have any issues, you're either one of two things. You're trying to be God himself, which you cannot be, or you are a demon. And demons don't have issues. They cause issues.
Oh.
So
I'm done.
So for me, I realize everybody has problems.
Facts.
From somebody who makes $15,000 a year to Warren Buffett, you don't know his secret issues.
No, we don't.
You don't know what secret issues he has. The solution is God is the only one that can transform us. I'm not talking about for us to eat to be saved, right? Or to wear certain things to be saved or do certain things. It comes from Christ alone, and it comes from God just having a total fellowship with him. Communication, connectivity with him. And he would, listen, I was preaching in Jersey, closing out the year, at a great church called Church of the Oranges. Amazing church, great people. And my wife and I, we spent some time with some good friends of ours in New Jersey at their house. And then many other couples hanging out. And we were closing out the Sabbath, and we were just talking about the way God just transformed someone. And the way he converted you from what you were doing, from what you were doing myself. It's a whatever moment. Like, sometimes as church people, we try to, like, corner the market of God, like, on theologically knowing exactly how this happens. When you read John chapter 3, the Bible says that the wind blows in which we don't know, which gives you a perfect imagery or analogy of how the Holy Spirit converts the man the way he does it, on his own time frame. And so everybody has issues, and the way God just brought you to him, brought you back to him. For me, the way we called it when we were closing out the Sabbath on Saturday was, I don't know, whatever moment, however moment. He just does it the way he does it. Like, there's no way you can explain it. But the point is, he just does it, right? He just does it. He's amazing. And so to these people who've made mistakes, who've experienced, unfortunately, different things, listen, the stuff that I've done, things that I've experienced in my life, the only person that can transform us is God. That's it. But there are literal help. Like, you work in the field. My mother worked for over 20 years in the Department of Mental Health in New York State. And there's many practical solutions and ways and avenues and conduits to help you not only cope, but really receive transformation from what you went through. Yeah. And now I have a question for both of you. I'm taking over the real world right now. So,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
where do you see yourself within this year? And I'm going to ask the same question to you. I'm sorry, guys. I hijacked it, the real word. This is your new host.
That's right.
All right, I get paid $10,000 a month. Let's go ahead.
That's fine. I'll go through each.
Put the mic down.
I'll go through each one by one. In my spiritual life, in my own church, I feel like I could do a better job as a youth leader, as a uniter. I feel like we could take it to the next level. We did a lot of community service this year with the help of Brother Sanders Cameau and the Real Word. And shout out to my assistant Naomi. And shout out to the whole entire youth staff. Like I told the committee Saturday, because my pastor, shout out to Pastor Jules Gillin. He said that the youth department basically did more community service than the entire church together, and we got the entire church together to do community service as one. And he was like that we should continue that. I feel like we could take it to the next level. We could do more, and I feel like myself, in the elder position, I feel like with the entire church, I feel like we can take it to the next level, as in like we can do more for the people, not only just come to church, sing songs and preach, but as the world outside. We could help those that are really in need. We could meet them where they're at, like how Christ did, and do a lot of street ministry. And I could keep doing this, the Real Word. In regards to the show, the Real Word, I actually want us to submit a full season to television. We was doing TV specials, but we're trying to do a full season. So we're going to get everything in order to do a full season, and we want to submit that. I did the first step, getting my own studio, so I have full creative control of this room, and I just want to take it to the next level, you know, have like different guests that do different things, and just be a greater influence to those that are already watching and those that will watch going forward. I made a list of accomplishments today on Facebook, and everybody that like read them was like, "Wow, like those were a lot of accomplishments." And when I look back at them, they were. But I feel like I could have did way more. I feel like to the average person that's a lot, but to me, I feel like I didn't do enough. In regards to my marriage, I have a baby girl coming soon, so
Glory.
I want to pay off.
Now listen, just remember that scene when Martin and Will came at that guy. Don't worry.
Yeah. The movie A Time to Kill. Oh,
she has a big brother to hold it down, and he's a little brawler. He's always fighting.
Firecracker, young prince.
So in regards to that, like I just want to be a little bit more established. You know, get a bigger place. My place now isn't bad, but you know, like I would like to. Like, you know, growing up, I always wanted the like yard, the green grass in the front and the yard in the back, kind of like how I grew up, and the kids playing together with the neighbors and stuff like that. I want to be a better husband and a better father, so I'm going to work on that. In regards to my professional life, I want to do more activism, because I was looking at the highest medal of honor that you can get, the Presidential Medal of Honor, I believe it's called. And I was looking at all the people that received it in all the different fields, and I was like, yeah, this is one of my life accomplishments. I want to get one of those. I always wanted to leave a legacy behind when I go. When I was younger, being in the streets, I had a lot of, you know, threats on my life. It was one time there was money on my head. There was one time I got guns pulled out on me often. Another time I was knocked unconscious in the streets when I got jumped. So,
well, you know you cannot be touched on.
Yeah.
Because you know the real word.
Amen, amen.
Not the show. I'm talking about the real.
Of course.
Word. You cannot be touched.
So,
there's an anointing. Yeah.
Yeah. Amen, amen.
Yeah.
So in regards to that, I always did so much like I was running out of time, because I always felt like, okay, how much time do I honestly have left? And so that's why, like, I'm always writing a lot. I'm always putting up pictures. I'm always trying to influence people. I'm always doing so much. And when I tell the average person all the things I'm doing, they say, wow, you're doing a lot. And I say, nah, I'm not doing enough. Because to me, to you, it might be a lot, but to me, it's nothing. I feel like I could do so much more. So, like, when people say, okay, you're doing a lot, I'm like, nah, I got a lot more to go. In regards to preaching, I would like to preach more this year, but the thing is, like I said, I only like speaking publicly in person when I have enough to say. I feel like I'm going to drop a sermon in February. Shout out to Sammy and shout out to Masuka. So shout out to the whole Jordan River Youth Choir. That was another huge accomplishment last year. We got a choir together in the church. So, and we also tripled in size of the youth by the merger. Shout out to all the youth at Jordan River. But I feel like there's so much to accomplish, you know. But I feel like step by step, just like last year, step by step, it'll be done. Yeah. As a man thinketh in his head, so shall it be. Yeah. And all things are possible through Christ that strengthens me. And I full-heartedly believe that, you know, and that's based on the success that I've had so far, and all the obstacles that I've been able to jump over, and all the demons I've been able to vanquish, and all of, I guess, all the thorns and sticker briars that I've been able to get through. They say if you want to be a follower, just follow the steps of someone that came before you and it'll be easy. But if you want to be a leader, you're going to have to be the one to clear out the path for those that will come after you. My only job is to supersede my successes, and also to make sure that everyone that comes after me is better than me. Because to me, when I'm gone, all of this is going to be gone. But if I leave a legacy behind that will outlive me, then I'll know that I did my job. Me being a fan of history, I know that how important a legacy is, not only for you, but for your name. You know,
Mercy.
even
Make your name great.
even my godfather, he made me that nameplate carved out of wood, and that's just another testament of how important your name is. So that's what I want to do. I want to build the brand of the real word. I want to put some respect on my name and on my family's name, and just continue to build this legacy.
Right.
That's all.
Because what I see there, and I'm coming to you,
That's fine. I'm
Apostle, is what I see. Just receive it. What I see, what you said to me just now is, I just hijacked the real word, everybody. So I'm the new host tonight.
Yes.
There's one guy that I've watched and followed before he passed about 3-4 years ago. It's Dr. Miles Monroe. He said this: success without a successor is failure.
That's right.
You have nothing to continue your legacy you've done. The second thing you said when you were talking about you want to make sure that you do enough, but you're not doing enough. People say you do a lot, but you're not doing enough. But you feel that way, which is great, because you never arrived, and that's always good, because it's always something to work for. But another thing he said, Dr. Miles Monroe, is to live full and die empty. A lot of people, he's always said this. I mean, listen, I follow him a lot.
They fit to pass the baton.
Yeah, he said one of the wealthiest places on earth is a cemetery. I'm sure you heard that before.
Yeah.
And so it connects with what I just told you, how if you just live full and die empty, that you don't have no worries, when it's time for you to go to sleep in Jesus, man. And I commend that, man. About preaching, my only word of advice to you, if you will receive it, is God will give you exactly what to say. And let me tell you something. Every assignment God has given me, in our church, outside of our denominational context, at the UN for political religious council, wherever, 500, 5,000, God always sets it up. I've never asked. And I've seen that you never asked. God always brings same thing for you. So when God knows exactly when to send you. Just be ready in season and out of season, man. He has major blessings. There's people that you can reach that I cannot, vice versa. And he knows. He tailor-made. He tailor-sets up, in fact, exactly who you need to reach at the set time. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, right? It's based on what you've seen in regards to my accomplishments. Which ones do you think was the most influential to you?
I'm gonna tell you this, and I'll be 100% with you. Go ahead. I care about your accomplishment, sorry, but I don't care about it. I care about them, but I do not. Here's what won me about you: is your consistency, and your discipline, and your persistence. Anybody could do anything. That's why when I was preaching in the Church of Oranges, and I say this, that's one of my hallmarks in all my sermons. Sermons don't mean anything. It's what you do outside of it, right? I can preach all I want. If my wife or my daughter's not happy, that's the thing that bothers me. And my wife, praise God, he gave me a wife to kind of, she's those who are police officers or law enforcement, Internal Affairs Bureau, kind of investigate inside. She's my internal affairs. But granted, I respect and I love, I admire your accomplishments, don't get me wrong. But it's the characteristics that's rare of discipline, consistency, positive consistency, because you could have negative, and persistence. And that's what won me. I'm like, yo, dude, I remember telling him, like, yo, or Caleb, a couple other people, like, yo, Rickard, I didn't know you then. I'm like, yo, that dude is real. I told John, I'm like, yo. Because anybody could do something. Like, if I gave Denzel Washington one of my sermons, he's going to baptize 10,000 people in one day because he's a great actor. Yeah. If you know what I mean. Yeah. He knows how to act well. Yeah, he's a beast. Yeah. But the characteristics of integrity, and I respect that, bro, like persistence and consistency supersedes all accomplishments. Why? Because the more you possess those characteristics, the more accomplishments come. That's right. So that's what values me about you.
What was that consistent in regards to?
Everything. Everything. It's not just about the posts. It's how you execute those accomplishments. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can be a great starter, but if you're not a great finisher, that's a problem. Another thing is that when you finished it, there was always something else coming up. Right. There was no arrested development in between. Yeah. My just encouragement is just to remain humble. Yeah. If not, God will humble you.
That's a fact.
He will, all caps, He will humble you.
I remember the last time God humbled me, I was praying in a jail cell, matter of fact.
Mercy.
And that was when I thought that I had all this success and I was doing so good, and I ended up in a jail cell alone, and it smelled like rotten flesh almost.
Nurse.
And to be close, and to be that close to losing everything, and to be that close to failure and that close to death, the only thing I could do is pray. And I remember right after I came out, I hit even a bigger pinnacle in my life.
Wow.
So, looking back at what God has done and what God will do, I know God has a plan.
Amen. 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 Now, Apostle, as I come to you, I said, what do you see yourself for this year? One of the reasons why I said that, there's a statement that says, if you want to make God laugh, plan your life.
Yes.
And he'll laugh with Gabriel drinking grape juice in heaven. So my question to you is, day by day, for this year, by God's grace, what do you see? What are your accomplishments? What are the things that you... one thing I can say about you that I've seen since I've known you is your fire, your consistency, your persistence of just going hard, and your listen. This is an amazing Emmy Award quality about Sander that I always say when I introduce him or whatever, is you are 100% supporter.
That's a fact.
100%. And this is I should copyright this quote. If everybody walked out on you, and Sander was there, you'll know somebody really has your back.
That's a fact.
Everybody can walk out on you.
That's a fact.
Listen, bro, and I say this and I put this notice. I have great attorneys, so I don't care who comes at me. Trust me, I have friends.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, especially in ministry,
Yeah.
who need to tip their hat to you.
That's a fact.
Laterally, horizontally,
Facts.
in humility. I'm not talking about worship.
No, of course.
Worship only goes to Jesus,
Facts.
not Sander. Amen.
Facts.
But I do respect that. So yeah, I'm sorry I hijacked your show, but that's okay.
Facts.
Amen.
Well,
praise the Lord.
no, I don't mind at all. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, before we I talk about myself, I want to just first and foremost, I really believe that a lot of times people celebrate people more when they're dead.
Mercy.
I've noticed that.
Funerals don't count.
I've noticed that more when they're dead than when they're alive. And I feel that by you telling people how much by you telling people how much value they have, it's not puffing up their ego.
Right.
Because the thing is that you don't know what people go through day-to-day basis. I'm not with Rickard every single day. I'm not with you every single day. I don't know what goes with you the day-to-day basis.
Okay, that's fair.
So at the end of the day, I have to tell you about yourself in a positive way. The negative stuff, yeah, I may not like this. You may not like that. We're going to try to change it because at the end of the day, we're going to build. Because like I said, I've had friends for over 25 years, and we're still friends for 25 years. I have friends who have hot tempers, and they don't even get at me because there's a love and there's a respect, and it's all about maximizing. So I want to just first and foremost give a shout out to Rickard. He's consistent. He's disciplined. Where he's strong at, I lack at, which is a fact. Definitely have to step my game up 100%. And I'm not satisfied. He's not as satisfied. I'm not satisfied. You follow me? But if he's with you, he's with you. That's a fact. I said that for a fact. And God forbid, we make it through the year. You could go back to this video and you could say that I say that. Consistent, disciplined, knows how to make money. Knows how to make money.
Make money.
Yes. So, definitely investments with that right there. This type of guy, you may want something, but take it to the next level. Okay? You thinking about this? That's what it is. A man who has ideas, and I want more ideas from him because, like I said, I have ideas. We've implemented a lot of these things that has happened. And we don't take credit because it's not about ourselves, but it's about the people. You follow me? So I'm really big about it. It's about we. That's what succeeds. That's what it means to succeed or to be successful. It's a we thing. It's not a my thing. It's not a his thing. It's a we thing. So I want to salute Rickard for that. We want to give a shout out for Rickard for just being the man that he is. You feel what I'm saying?
Thank you for the love, brother.
Yeah, before we get into me. You feel me? And I think that's very important that we have to uplift people, which is very key.
I just did that. Let's talk about you.
Yeah, we'll talk about me. Okay. So going back to me.
Show.
No, I'm just letting you know. But the thing is that you gotta, the thing is that
dude, follow the line.
You said things. Stay consistent. He's consistent. Stay disciplined. So you gotta.
This is fun though.
But we gotta put out there. We gotta give credit where credit is due. And I believe in that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want people.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
And
we're gonna get to me.
No,
but I
no.
just have to keep it real.
I feel like in the black culture,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of that.
There's not a lot at all.
Like,
it's only a few.
We could be in the same synagogue. Like, your name is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right?
A few.
You own all of, like, Park Slope. I have Crown Heights, and you have Williamsburg. We might not like each other. You probably ate my matzo bread. Let me be nice. My bread. Now, I have a lot of...
He said matzo bread.
My mozzarella bread?
Clean that up. No, not... Yes, mozzarella bread.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, mozzarella bread.
Mozzarella bread.
He didn't catch it. But good, I don't want you to get it. But I have a lot of friends who are Jewish, a lot of friends who are Asian, a lot of friends who...
They eat matzah bread? It's called matzah?
Matzah bread, but you said mozzarella because he cleaned it up, so praise God.
Okay.
You just opened it up.
Okay.
But basically, the point I'm making is that every other culture...
That's anti-Semitic.
I have a lot of good friends who are and business partners who are
Facts.
Jewish. So I love it. It's all jokes and love.
Plus, they know how to make money.
Yeah. And my attorneys, I have attorneys a lot. But every other culture, I respect them. I salute them because they support each other. And my problem is with the black culture, not everybody, but it's like the crab. We've heard it, the crab in the barrel.
Yeah, which is crazy
to me. So going to you now. Yeah.
But like I said, I want to first and foremost just salute, because like I said, I'm not gonna say I'm the only one that supports. We could say maybe around the community, our vicinity, our circle, but there are those that do support.
Right.
But it's not much, and I feel like the root is ego. A lot of people have egos, and the thing is that a lot of people feel, based on their preconceived notion, that if Rickard goes further than me, I'm going to lose.
I can say something about that, Sanders. I've noticed that lately, the more we've been winning, the less people been actually supporting. It's almost like low-key, some people want us to fail.
No, they
but
don't.
the more we win, they get upset at that.
They told me, like, I'm not going to name names, but there's certain individuals that told me that they want us to fail.
Word?
And when they told me they want me to fail, I said in all honesty, I want you to try me.
Listen.
No. Wait. And not try me in a negative way. Try me like, I want you to stop me. Because the thing, or stop Rickard, because you're not going to stop us. So at the end of, they said the Pope is in the house.
Shout out to Andre Rickard, one of my brothers. That's one of my brothers, man. I mean,
shout out to Alexandria, Rickard's cousin. So she says, salute to you, my sister. Zane.
You related to Alex?
That's what she says.
We got the same name.
Okay.
So she says, shout out to her and everything like that as well too. But
Pope Ricketts.
Shout out to Alexander on the donations of the baby clothes and shoes. Shout out to that because that was very much appreciated.
Shout out to Alta Inc.
This is what I want to say in regards to go. I'm sorry, I could you go, guys?
No.
You still haven't answered Gasmyr.
I have a question.
Wait. You were saying the last thing you were saying was people, there were certain
people
that were saying
and I said, listen, all the respect, you go your way, I go my way. Just don't block what we're doing over here. Because at the end of the day, I wasn't always saved. I wasn't always into God. I'm from the streets. He's from the streets. I'm from the streets. And the thing is that where I'm from,
streets of gold, Jerusalem.
Where I'm from, where I'm from, like people don't have opportunity.
Right.
So people
Real
get
talk.
caught up.
Of course.
So that's what it is. But going back to that, because I've been focused on myself. Okay, so finally. Okay. Yeah. So what I want to accomplish is this. From the time you've known me, I was into music. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna get back into that this month. Just want to let you guys know the streets is on.
You should work with my brother. He's been heavy in music.
I support your brother 100%.
You guys should work together.
And I want to work with your brother 100%.
Oh, he has to sign to Alta Inc. Record label.
Shout out to AJ.
Yes, AJ is nice, and I support, and I.
He told me he about to cop that BMW 4 Series. Shout out.
Yes, he's gonna do that. Brothers, did you know what brothers are ambitious? So I want to start getting back into my music. I want to also not only get into my music as well too. I also I'm doing a concert coming up this month. Okay, I'm starting up a bakery. Okay. So by March we're going to be launching that. Okay. I'm excited about that. Want to continue to be an entrepreneur. I want to be an entrepreneur.
Welcome to the club.
Pastor my church. Get the building back open. Also be a community service leader. Take it to the next level. And just push the real word.
Let's be activists. Change the mold.
Activists, yes.
Because we're trying to go down the history.
Yes. I want to do that, and also just help people who has vision and make investments, like people like Rickard. Anybody who knows how to make money, who knows how to build people. I want to be able to invest and
Can I borrow
create
20,000?
create businesses.
I'm broke, bro.
Yeah, I'll let y'all
I
find
don't
that
like
out.
that word around me.
Yeah.
not broke.
You know what? I'd rather say this. I'm in financial transition. That's the best word. Like every time I say, I'm in financial transition.
The way my bank account is set up.
Well, you know, Alpha Inc. has all the Vatican, World Bank money.
Yeah,
He knows. He just got it.
because Eric Thomas is a millionaire, and he says, say to people, I'm in financial transition.
Amen.
So we want to talk millionaire talk. So like I said, the bakery, make investments in different things. Hopefully, maybe a school one day. I just have dreams. I have goals. There's a lot of things that God has.
This year.
Oh, this year, yeah. The bakery.
God willing, day by day.
The bakery, taking the real into the next level.
Tell them about the concert.
I'm talking about owning property, and just helping people. That's the goal for this year. Okay, so the concert.
Okay.
So I have Vincent Bohannon. I have Inspired. I have David Wright. I'm asking everybody to come out to the concert the 20th of January from 5 to 8. After that, we'll be supporting Samantha Howard because she starts at 8 o'clock. I want you guys to bring a seat of $150 to $500. I gotta put it out there. I gotta put it out there. I gotta put it out. I want you guys to come because let me tell you something. Once we're on, because we're in financial transition, all of us, and we have done a lot. Let me say, I only get what you pay me through the Vatican. That's what Rickard
Andre,
God
bless you, man. God bless
so
you.
we want to be able to build. We want to help the community. Mm-hmm. So as we have leverage, we have capital. We want to be able to help people and help people get capital as well too. So that's pretty much the goal.
I think you should change concert to worship experience.
Worship experience.
Concerts is just,
worship experience.
As a musician, it's just
Yes.
Let's take our show back. What about you, Gasmyr? What's your accomplishments for this year?
Just to come on the real word every Monday. I'm just like,
hey, you never know, bro.
If you want,
anytime.
No. Something's brewing. Shout out to who knows, but but this year, a lot of things are growing ministry wise, business wise. Hopefully do some business merging, and shout out to some business partners that I know, Reginald Renee, Randy Gauthier, Andrew Baker, many other people that I know and I value. Andre Ricketts, you businessmen. Shout out to my wife. We have some things brewing too.
I'm not a businessman.
Yes.
I'm a businessman.
Yeah. Some major things. I have a great idea that I want to launch later on this year. It's not a business thing. It's just something for Christian or young adults to get together and do. But hopefully my book, I can finish my book in the next couple of months and release this year. I want to shout out to certain people who have inspired me to write my book that I do know and that I don't know. Those I don't know like that, on a personal basis, like really deep, like talk like every other day. Would be like Damian Chandler. He has a book called The Crooked Christmas Tree. From afar, he has inspired me. Dr. Wesley Knight has inspired me. Of course, Eric Thomas. But those who I do know and that I can talk to pretty much any time as well. Shout out to Vaughn Edmead, Ricky Venters, Andre Ricketts.
Yo, bro, we just got a shout out for somebody from Siberia. Yo,
Siberia, God bless you.
Yo, Happy New Year to
Happy New Year.
What? Yo, you gotta read this word, bro. It's real.
My wife. Hi guys. Hey babe.
Yes.
I shouted you out, baby.
Yes. I don't even pronounce this name. From Siberia.
Zelko.
Yo.
Milenkovic.
That's why I know for a fact.
God bless you.
We're going places.
Salute
to Siberia from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what's up? God bless you.
Wow.
And I pray all the blessings to you and your family in Serbia.
Siberia.
There's a country, Siberia.
What's Serbia at?
You got a map for a reason. This is fun night.
Yo,
what's you got here
where's that at? Is it in Europe?
Yes, in Europe. Yeah.
Dag. That's love. I don't even know where Serbia is at, boy.
Yeah, look at it. Look for it. Well, we don't have time for that.
No, we don't have time for that. Wow, that's love.
Shout out to...
Yeah.
But launch my book. Shout out to, like I said, um, Kurt, to Andre,
Yep.
Ricky, Vaughn, many others who have launched their books. And there's a major ministry going to be launched soon.
Yep.
Don't want to divulge too much.
And I support it.
Shout out to Tiffany Llewellyn,
I ain't gonna
who
snitch.
have challenged me last year. For me, I love nuggets. You could tell. Vegan nuggets. I'm just like. But when I say nuggets, like I'm talking about like little pockets of inspiration. She said one line to me that like really put the battery in my back. And so yeah, some things are launching out. So there's a lot business wise. Businesses is going to grow financially.
Yep.
My ministry, Hebron. Also this year at Hebron, once again, as I shared with you, I serve as the Bible worker, youth pastor, elder there. But no titles. I just love the people there, the young people there. This year, our theme is to focus on endurance and patience. And so our first series that we're doing this year is called Gain Weight. W-A-I-T, Gain Weight. And it's a season, this is a year of endurance and patience. Personally and spiritually. Because listen, if we're not ready, see, Matthew 24, verses 14, as great Adventists, we quote this scripture all the time, right? And the gospel should be preached in all the world as a witness, and the end shall come. But we skip verse 13, or we don't emphasize verse 13. The Bible says, but he that endures to the end shall be saved. And endurance is the key. Like, many people are called, few are chosen, but only the minute endure. And so at my church, our like a lot of my sermon series are focusing on endurance and patience. This year we're having a financial weekend called Secure the Bag. And so this is about young adults, Christian young adults, really understanding biblical financing and biblical stewardship, understanding that the true investment in God is tithing and offering. And this year I was sharing with my wife in devotion yesterday, or in conversation, in fact, that God really wants me to be uncomfortable when I'm giving. Like let go of my emotions. Let me clean that up. In other words, if I'm not uncomfortable when I'm not giving tithe, returning tithe, because your tithe is a requirement, it's an act of worship, 10%, right? When it comes to offering, giving, and this is a word for you for your bakery, if you don't give,
That's a fact.
right? People have asked when I've done like financial weekends, whatever, or stewardship, do I give through my gross or my net? Well, my answer would be, do you want a gross blessing or a net blessing? It's up to you. But God challenged me, like, Gaz, take your tithing to the next level. If you're not uncomfortable sacrificially giving the offering, you're not going to receive. And it's not about receiving money per se, because God will return
that's a fact.
life, extension, health. Like, praise God, I didn't have to go to the hospital last year or the past couple of years in a major way. I mean, that's a blessing. So that's another thing that I want to talk about here right now.
I have to add on to something. The thing is that the show hasn't even been a year. It hasn't even been a year.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, there's a door that opens. I really believe
Wow.
that. I believe that when you give, you get.
Well, I challenge your real word. You send a tithe.
Yeah, you give, you get.
Yeah, real word, tithe.
Yeah. I'm asking, we need people to give. Because at the end of the day, it's the truth. At the end of the day,
real word needs to give.
Yeah. Because
We have been.
Okay.
we have been given. That's a fact. But we need people to give, continue, because people has been given. But we also need people to participate as well too.
When you say give, what type of giving do you mean? Explain
In
that.
context of tithing. I'm not talking about community service.
Okay,
You guys
okay.
did that already.
Yeah, community service.
I was talking about.
No, I tied to my personal church.
Okay, but I'm talking about business tithing.
Oh,
There's a book that I want you guys to read. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, God. We're about to have church up in here. You don't have an organ, but that's okay. but on a serious note, there's a book that when I first started my businesses, that a very wealthy Christian Seventh Adventist man who passed, and I even know him. Another man referred me to him, and he was eating dinner. He was living in Lincoln, Nebraska at the time. He said, "Sir, you know, young man, you kind of interrupted my dinner, but I always have time for a young man." He gave me a book by Larry Burkett. This is for every Christian business owner, called Business by the Book. The Bible, that is. And if you, as a Christian business owner, if you read that book, you will understand how to apply and execute your business based on the Bible, because the Bible is really the #1 business book in the world.
That's true.
No, not basically, it is. Yeah. So even when it's time for you to hire an assistant, right? The principle of most assistants are women. Your wife should technically interview the woman who's coming. So your integrity for your marriage is protected. On top of that, in context of what I just told you before, the real word should be able to be tithing. It's business, because God's going to open up. So I speak that prophetically right now.
I agree.
That God will open up major doors.
Hallelujah.
We need to get money coming in before we could put money out.
Okay, so let's rehearse that. Please, everybody, please, I implore you to financially support the real word. Please. Please.
Because we see thousands of people watching. We have almost, 80,000 in views? 90,000 in views?
Okay, $5 each. Just $5. Listen, things can happen.
No, I definitely agree. I even want to I even want to add as well, too. I feel like people have funded initiatives. That's definitely, there's no negating that.
Shout out to all the churches that usually fund us.
Yeah,
Shout out to all the different people
and we
that's
are
funding.
asking that people, we just need to go outside of church to talk to the big dogs to get bread.
But here's the thing. That Wonder Bread. Like that. No, we Wonder Bread. But what I'm saying is, even if while you're still waiting for people to give, between the finances you guys have, set a sacrificial offering.
Of course, that's a fact.
Because
that's a fact.
You want to begin to tithe and give offering to where you want to be.
That's a fact. That's a fact. There's no getting that.
So yeah,
those
are the things.
But I want to add, the thing is that I just feel like this, and my brother said this last night, and I agreed. It was three of us. Then his wife came and his son came, and we have a card, yes, because I'm not married. He's married.
Yes, we're gonna go there next.
Yes. So the thing is that with that saying, the harvest is plentiful, the labors are few. We want to engage all churches. We want to engage everyone. Like, we want people to get involved in helping what we're doing. And
remember that girl, shout out to Jessica, who came from Bethesda?
Yeah, Bethesda. Yep.
And she said that there's only but a few youth left in the church because their needs weren't being met. And she said that the SDA church in general doesn't meet the needs of the youth sometimes, and there's not as much love in the SDA community as it is in the other communities of the Sunday worshipers. Yeah. And she was saying basically that, like, she came to us out of love, but literally it was only 5 of us there.
Yep.
And there was thousands of clothes.
Thousands of clothes. And it's still closed.
It's still closed. And we donated 12 bags.
12 bags.
And we still got like 9 bags
left. Yes.
And we donated to 3 different shelters. And it was me, Sanders, and Jessica, because my wife couldn't do much because she's 6 months pregnant.
Yep.
But she helped sort.
But she was there.
Yeah.
Wow. Shout out to Opal, man. Official.
God bless you, man.
Yep.
So, like, we were going back and forth from shelter to shelter, loading up these heavy bags.
Yep.
Even with a dolly, those bags were still heavy.
Facts.
And we were dropping it off, and it was like, what, 10 degrees yesterday? Yep. And we were sitting in front of heaters, eating Chinese food, like, and I'm like, I looked at him like, yo, ministry is not easy. He said, it's not. It's not.
It's not.
You know, a lot of people, like, if it's not convenient to them, they're not going to do it. Me, I lost money yesterday working there, because I'm going to say work, because we was there from 9 to 5. And instead of going to work, I went there and I did that out of the kindness of my heart. I don't expect nothing back.
No, but let me tell you something. The thing is that you're going to get back. This is what you need to understand. And you see, the economy of heaven is a different situation. When you give, you're going to get back. That's a fact. And the Bible says that it is better to give than to receive.
Amen.
And what you get is tenfold in abundance and everything. You're going to get back. Like, that's a fact. Me, I'm enjoying this financial transition. All I know is that this month, guys, come out. I know April is about to go down. I know when my music is about to go down. I know we're going to do some big things. There's a bread I have to give this guy, so I'm not going to get into details, for us to get back. So at the end of the day, you feel me? So you're going to get back. Every good deed is never unnoticed, brother. I'm keeping it 100 with you.
You said something that I want to poke out. I don't know how much time we have, but that to poke out is...
Yeah, as much time as we need. This is our show, man.
My wife just left the comments and bring my man home. I want to go home.
Okay, cool.
We're good. Technically we're good, but we're not.
Yeah, we're not.
But But you said that the church, Seventh Adventist Church, don't support like our brothers and sisters in the first day churches.
They don't.
Pentecostal, Baptist, Methodist, Presbyterian, and so forth. So Catholics. Okay, is it it's shown more? Because I know some churches who are Pentecostal and Baptist who don't support the young people, but I know predominantly they do.
They do, but
compared to Adventists. But why is that? I'm sorry, I hijacked the show again. But why is that?
I think
From your personal advantage.
Well, okay, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. This is a perfect example, and I could have called you out, but I didn't.
And the reason why I said this is
no,
because
I got this. Hold
on.
Okay,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
I'm in charge. I know I'm sorry. No, the reason why I said that is because I wanted to stay in context to 2018, because I'm sure in the past episodes you touched it before, but I want to know moving forward what should be changed.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Saturday, right? I went to one of the elders, and it's funny being in the room amongst people that you know don't like you because because when you're in the room, you make them look smaller.
Wow.
So with this individual, I told them I have an announcement because last week they were complaining about how I didn't make an announcement before the church. And that's why certain people didn't know certain information. So I said, okay, I need to make an announcement. Since you're going to make announcements on the stage, introduce me or do the announcement for me. He said, okay, what's the announcement? I said, I need people to be aware that we're doing a clothing drive this Sunday. Yes, it's on Facebook. Yes, it's on Instagram. Yes, it's online and it's out there. We sent out 100 flyers, but the church people in the church might say they didn't know, because people have the tendency to do that, especially when they just don't want to be involved. They say that they don't know. So the guy goes, okay, I'll do it for you. Tell me why this guy goes on stage, does announcements, and just goes about and goes back to sit down. He didn't even acknowledge me or say anything that I said to him, as in it had never happened. So why? Ask yourself, why is a man who's supposed to be an elder in the church, and we're at the same rank, and I'm asking you to give me an introduction and to assist me, to assist the church and to assist others in need, and you're ignoring my request, not because it will damage you or be like a burden upon you, it's because of your personal feelings and emotions. And just that small example shows what the whole thing is. There's a lot of people with egos. Like Christ said, deny thyself and pick up the cross. A lot of people are not picking up their cross. They're worrying about self. I have to protect myself. I have to protect my image. I have to protect my position.
That's right.
This young person is coming and they're better than me and I feel threatened. They don't understand that a computer that was made in 1999 is never going to be as good as a computer made in 2019.
That's facts.
Like, all of the kids that come after me are going to be better than me, and I accept that. And if they're not better than me, then I failed at what I was supposed to do.
That's a fact.
Do you think he has a self-esteem issues as a man?
Of course.
He's a Haitian man too.
Of course.
You know, Haitian men
Of
have
course.
pride. Like,
As one guy said, that your man's
specifically.
James Doggett, he said a lot of them are they're unwilling to pass the baton. It's like Elijah and Elijah.
Yeah. Shout out to JD.
All the power is left within those bag of bones. And some people, another pastor said this, a lot of these guys, they're nobody outside of church. So when they get into church, this is the only place where they have power. So they don't want to lose that power. Me, I'm comfortable.
But is it power?
Because I know all the things that I can do. I know all the things that I've done. I know the people that I stood next to, and I know the people that I will stand next to. Therefore, in church I'm providing a service. Like when I was elected elder, they all looked at me in the room and said, do you accept the position? I said, if this is what God wants me to do, then I'll do it. I'll continue to serve my church. That was my response. And that's what I do. Like the other day, I had to remove myself from certain chats because how am I putting something in a chat that's supposed to be for the church, and you're saying, and you're telling your wife you don't see it when it's right there, but then you respond to the chat and write something else, but yet you tell your wife that you don't see it, and you expect me to respect you as a man?
I mean, that comes from the lack of personal transformation.
But how can someone that has a lack of personal transformation be a leader of a church?
Well, then that's called malpractice.
Somebody needs to get sued then.
That's malpractice.
Someone needs to get sued.
And that's one thing that bothers me when like, for example, you have a church, you choke a church. I wish I could sit down with certain senior pastors that I know. There are a good 10 senior pastors that I extremely value. I value extremely. Like, these men are powerful men. Dr. Errol Stoddard, Dr. Warner Richards, Dr. Abraham Jules, Dr. James Doggett, Dr. Lee Croft Green. There's a couple of.
And how many Haitians have you just named?
Oh, I gotta go Haitian. Dr. Eddie Laguerre. There's some names.
That's a different situation.
Pastor Eddie Laguerre. Greg Nelson. Oh yeah, you ready for that one? So there's not a lot, unfortunately, but yeah, there's you choke a church. For example, you have a young person who grew up, Pathfinders, youth leader, they go away to school, and they went to Harvard and they got a finance degree, right? Or somebody who got the MBA, for them to be a first elder at 32 years old or 30 years old or even 29. Oh no, I was a first elder in Haiti for 85 years. No, that's crazy. You choke the experience.
The funny thing is, I'll tell you this. There was an issue and conflict at my church. And because of my knowledge in a lot of different subjects and because of my skill, I took that upon myself. And they couldn't talk about me in regards to my marriage. They couldn't talk to me in regards to my family. They couldn't talk to me about in regards to my career or any scandal or gossip that I've been involved. So the way they attacked me is they called me a child. Ironically, after nominations, I was elected elder.
They called you a child?
They called me a child. They said that I'm a kid and I do not know about these things. How can I be a kid? I'm a child, but no offense, but I drive a better car than you. I live in a better house than you.
Don't worry about that.
I have more degrees than you. I have a wife. I have a family.
But they do this to all Haitian young people. They always do that.
The thing is, it's not just malpractice. It's a lack of respect, clearly. And that's another thing. The respect is key. That's why when you ask me why I chose to be, what was the first word I used was friend.
A friend.
That's key. Like, they need to respect you.
I have to say this. I just want to say the story because Gasmyr is a witness. Rest in peace to. Give me your grandmother's full name.
Ivan, in Creole and Haitian
vernacular
is Ivan Desir.
To the great late said Desir. And I'm not saying that because she died. Because I made this comment around Pop, and I made this comment around people. They looked at me like, but your stance is just... Why your stance
Shout out to Pop Bibles.
Your stance is stance, but I'm going to explain the stance again. So, like I said, I make sure to always, go to Horeb, support Horeb whenever that I can and stuff like that. Regardless if it's reciprocated, I want to be the bigger person. I believe in that. So I'm not here to take shots at all. But I went to your grandmother's wake and, want to salute her because she was a legend, a matriarch, a woman's woman. And
she wrote me my first check.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
So she's
you know how much it was?
How much?
The Book of Proverbs.
What?
She told me that was the biggest check I ever received. She told me, Gasmyr, if you want to be successful in life as a man, read the Book of Proverbs. Sorry, go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
She's my prophetess. At 8 years old, she told me, you're going to go around the world and preach. I said, I want to be a cop. I want to chase people. I want to arrest people. But she said no, and then obviously the prophecy has...
Amen.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
This is cool.
Sleep in peace.
So basically, there was a man who came to us, and like I said, I know for a fact that, there are people who went through worse. But I'm just giving an example of my situation when I went there. And you give vision, you give ideas, you give suggestions. People look at you like you're off. You're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. That's okay. We're on TV, though. But anyway, this is the point, though. This is the thing. The thing is that I'm just keeping it real. We got to just keep it real. Because the thing is that if they want help, we're going to help. I have no problems. But it is what it is. We went there was a young, he said, I'm looking around the community. Remember that man said that? Looking around the community, I see Jews owning property. How did that happen? He said, how come there's not a lot of young people, but a lot of people come to the wake? I said, how did that happen? I said, okay, let's put ourselves for example. I said, I'm a pastor, Gasmyr's a pastor. There's a lot of pastors that came out of Horeb. No? Why is it that it has to take a funeral for us to notice that? You feel what I'm saying? When I go to trap houses, I talk to Crips and I talk to Bloods. Oh, pastor's coming. Let's pray. Let's pray, pastor. But I have to fight. He said, you have to fight. I have to fight for what?
It goes back to what
you know what I'm saying? I'll empower, I encourage, I got to support you. But if gang members, if killers, if drug dealers, I'm not fighting them. Well, I got to fight y'all to change. Nah, I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting. Because at the end of the day, when you hear fighting, I hear taking a baseball bat, whacking you in your head with it. That's what fighting to me is. I'm not fighting. You don't want to accept. You don't want to approve. Okay, I'm going to be in my corner, and that's it. And while I'm in my corner, leave me in my corner. Because I didn't attack you. So that's it. It's okay. So like I said, Rickard, you keep pushing, you keep striving, you keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Pastor Santa Cameau is here for you. There's always another other place for you at Winter Circle Church or whatever.
You said I plug Winter Circle Church, right? International.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of leaders are they're not happy because, like I said, they're not personally transformed.
And it's not just him. A lot of young people, they want to give back, and it's sad. Like at Linden, I see people like my mom's age at Linden Church. You follow me? You got guys like Nerva Altino. Salute to my boy the Altino brothers. They was at a Haitian church. They didn't feel that they were appreciated. So there's a lot of talented and gifted, and I think that we have to change that. By the end of the day, we're gonna do the best that we can. We're gonna promote. We're gonna look out. We're gonna encourage. But if you want to push us away, it's okay. It's okay. I'm okay with that, and I've accepted the fact of that. That's it.
As long and you guys have been doing this already, but as long as a real word reaches at least one person. Come on.
Yeah, facts.
I know this.
Yeah. That was it.
It just takes one sperm to get pregnant.
Facts.
Just be real.
I know how that happened.
We're adults.
Yes.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah, but you can talk to
I'll let you shoot blanks.
No.
Boom.
Have mercy. I didn't endorse that one.
Accident murderers.
No. I'm not here. Can you see me? But no, seriously, like it's as long as you guys reach one person.
That's right.
And you guys been doing, all the way to Serbia. Come on. That's amazing. That tells a story. That tells a strong legacy, man. And this year, I believe, God's going to do some major things in your life. I just pray that whoever's watching, that you make peace with someone.
Make peace. I agree.
Whatever happened last year, let it go.
That's right.
Because what you don't let go will continue to have you. And it will continue to keep you bound. Now, that sounds theological, but how do you practically do that? One way is, if able to, sit down with a person and kind of like hash out what happened and kind of like leave a mental basket or a mental trash can and throw it out and move forward. And you don't have to be best friends. You don't have to be cool.
No.
Listen, I've got hurt from family members, so-called friends. That's okay. I've done my hurting, and I've tried to make sure that I made right with some people, and that's it. And so, and that's why I'm very keen on just being a friend and being loving. So yeah, but Rickard and I, we are equal in this context, but we want to pray that God provides that rib for you.
Amen.
And here's the reason why I prophetically speak that. Yeah.
Speak it right now. He's looking for a wife, ladies.
Lift your hands. Lift your hands.
Yes, amen.
I like the show tonight because I think it's just kicking off the year, just have fun, just to talk.
Encouragement.
Well, seriously, the reason why I'm publicly saying this is a woman really, I was going to say a black woman, but whoever God provides you, it could be Asian.
Yep.
It could be Indian, it could be Jewish, it could be whatever.
And you never know, right?
It could be Haitian.
Be
Be careful. But, be careful, brother. I don't know who you're talking to.
It could be whoever.
I don't know if you have a friend. Does he have a friend that you're not telling us?
No,
I'm not sure.
We all have.
What a friend we have in Sander. But seriously, a woman really balances. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
That's a fact.
That really, like I told you, my wife is my common sense counselor. She's my vault. She's my calmer. Like, she's a calmer. And she's amazingly gorgeous. I want to come home right now.
She just told you she wants you to come home too.
Oh, praise the Lord.
Send my man home soon. Thanks.
Amen.
You may have maybe said.
But yeah,
Shout out to Gasmyr. He's working on a second baby.
Hey.
You gotta rush home.
Praise the Lord. I want to increase the church. The Lord added to the church daily.
Yes.
But I really seriously pray that in due season, at the right time, because what you receive too early can end up killing you. Then I'm helping you. But at the right time, God provide that for you, because it will balance your ministry.
Amen.
I'm telling you. Remember you told me that before I got married?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Amen.
As much as I travel to preach, I try to have my wife with me.
Amen.
And if she's not with me, I do feel weird. I don't always agree when she rebukes me, but I do respect it.
Mercy.
She's my rib. Like, I can't breathe without her.
Wow.
So. Yes. So, ready for this baby to come? Yeah. Shout out to Opal.
Yeah, man.
Listen, you treat her like everything. Like,
I see.
her feet, everything.
He does a good job.
Yeah.
I do what I can. I'm trying my best to be a good husband and a good father. It's two new roles that I'm having to deal with, but life will be your best teacher and pain will be your best motivator.
Wow.
But love will help to equal it all out.
Wise beyond his years.
Wow. And God will be over you to manage everything.
Yeah.
So shout out to God, shout out to my family,
shout out to God, amen.
Shout out to the real word, shout out to my partner in Christ, Pastor Sander Cameau.
It's an honor,
because at times it's difficult for me, but he's that punch sometimes that you need.
Yeah.
But for the new year, I ask you, Sanders, to be more focused. That's all I'll ask for.
Definitely, I'm focused. I'm very focused.
Focus, man.
Iron sharpens iron, and we could take it to the next level. See, if we could do everything last year on just a whim, imagine if we're executing to a degree of a sharpshooter.
Facts.
So,
praying fast, man. Like,
facts.
Turn that plate down. I need to turn that plate down, but like, turn that plate down. I mean, that spiritual detox.
That's a fact.
I mean, God would like. You guys don't even know like how beautiful this new studio is. Like, it's amazing.
Yep.
What God's gonna do through you.
Built in 4 days.
You know, so just really continue to stay consistent, right?
Yeah.
It's like a double positive, double negative. Continue to be consistent, but like just really. I'm proud of you guys. I'm happy to know you guys. So when you guys blow up even more, you remember me. Okay,
You're here.
Okay.
You're here, my brother.
You're in history. You're part of
You're here. Yeah, you're here.
Okay.
Yes.
Shout out to Brother Valcin. Shout out to Gasmyr for coming on the show and gracing us with your presence.
Yep.
It's a blessing, especially on the first episode of the second season.
Yes.
Yo,
praise God. Thank you for having me.
Thank God for the first 25 episodes. We're going to hit you with